In the previous video, we have already covered the event streaming with JDK Flight Recorder API. We looked into how we can listen to different events like JDK.CPU load or our custom events. In this video, I will cover JFR tool that is available in our JDK and how can we use that to get more details about our flight recording files without even writing the Java code. So if you go to bin directory of your JDK, you will find JFR tool available here. And if you have set the path correctly, you will be able to use this in your command prompt. Like we invoke JCMD, you can directly invoke JFR also. For using this tool, we must have one recording file available with us with .jfr extension that you can easily do by passing start flight recording in your VM arguments of IntelliJ or Eclipse. So you can check my previous videos for this. So what I can do is this Java program I have already passed start flight recording and I will run this now and this will produce a flight recording for me. Yeah, you can see this started flight recording. So you can go to command prompt and you can get to know your flight recording path. So how can you do that? You can use JCMD command. So this will display all the Java processes running in your system. Go to JCMD and you can pass the PID, then press enter. Here we have these options for JFR. If you go to JFR check, so this will tell you that this recording is running. Now I'll call jfr.dump to dump this recording. So you can see that this is the path of our recording. What can you do with your JFR files? So you have many options with JFR tool. So the first is printing the contents of your JFR file. So you can print a particular event such as CPU load or garbage collector or your custom events, or you can print all the contents of your JFR files with this tool. So let me show you how. So what you can do is you can invoke JFR, then print, then the format like JSON or XML, and then you can choose this file path. So you can see that the content of this file is very large. So rather we should use some filters so that we should only get the information that is helpful to us. With print, you can choose different categories also for which you want to print the data. For example, if you want GC related events, then you can choose GC. Let me show you how. So you have to type, then path of a recording file. So this will display all the events related to your garbage collection. Similarly, you can choose JVM also to display JVM related events. So this is huge data. Then you can use patterns also for printing some events. So let's say that you want to print event that starts with JDK. So what you can do is you can type JFR print, then events, then JDK dot star. Then you have to give the path of your recording file. So this is huge data again. So this command is very helpful when you want to print custom events available in your recording file. Then you have different options like printing these data in JSON format or XML format. So what you can do is you can choose XML, then XML data would be displayed, or you can pass JSON in this command. So this will display data in JSON format. Then apart from this, you have another command to display a summary of events. You can print summary of events that occurred in your application and occurrences for each event. You have to type JFR, then summary, then path. So this display the recording start time and for how much time recording is done, then the list of events. You can see that these are the different events that we have in our JFR file, and you can see the count of each event, then the version and chunks, and then start time and duration for which recording is done. Apart from that, you can display JFR metadata. You can type JFR metadata, then the path of recording. Yeah, you can see these are the details that we have, which includes information such as labels, descriptions, and different fields that are available. So this is quite helpful if you are creating custom events. So this is it from this video.